Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Superstar Agent Interview. And today, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I have such a special treat here for you guys. So please stick around because this gentleman, this amazing agent, is going to share with you guys some of his wisdom, some of his lessons and journey. And I know he's going to bring a lot of value for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome to our great superstar interview, Stephen Bartlett. How are you, Stephen?
Hi, thank you. Thank you. I'm here in San Francisco. I'm in the Bay Area and I've been in real estate since 2007. So this is not my first time around the block, if you will.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
So excited to have you here. So, as you can see, he's in beautiful Northern California, and you help a lot of people, and you serve, I believe, San Francisco, Marin County. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from originally, and how long in real estate, how you got excited in getting real estate. Tell us a little bit of the whole enchilada.
of course, of course. So I started real estate back in 2007, back in upstate New York is where I got my start. I knew it from a rather young age that I wanted to be in real estate, and so my first job was really as a an office assistant while I was getting licensed, and I was in college at the same time, and so I was doing all of that. But I loved it immediately. I loved what I was doing, and you know, skip ahead a little bit. I got into commercial real estate for a brief period, and then relocated to San Francisco, to the Bay Area, with that commercial company. And I really, during that time that I was doing commercial real estate, I wasn't really true to who I was. I missed the residential piece. I missed connecting with people, with homeowners and buyers, and I really wanted to get back to that. And so I found my business partners, my team, who also happened to be from New York at that time. Um, that they had a successful business here, but I found them and started working with them, and quickly built a business that I love. I love what I'm doing here.
Isn't it nice? Oh, I can see in your smile, I can see that you're passionate about, right? So you love real estate from the very beginning and you try commercial. It was not, it didn't give you the mojo, the love that you want. So now you full time residential right there in beautiful San Francisco. As you guys know, I actually moved to San Diego from San Francisco, was the first place when I came to America, San Francisco, Oakland. And you sell for, you work with Compass, right? And you sell luxury homes, you sell, tell us, I know everything, but I would like you to inspire this amazing audience. And right here, Stephen, we have people that follow us brand new, veteran agents, very successful agents, or also top producers to be. So tell us here a little bit about how was to move to San Francisco. How was the struggle, and then how you start working on and selling the homes you sell today.
Yeah, so it's not easy to get started in a new market. If any of you have experienced that, it can be daunting, and it was for me as well. Luckily, I had found a small team that I had joined, and they made that transition a little bit easier. And my goal was really to learn the market from the ground up, and that's what I did. Right from the start, I was out there almost every day looking at property and hosting open houses on the weekends, and that's what really got my feet on the ground here solidly. And so I can't recommend that enough. If you're transitioning to a new market, just get out there and be out there as much as you can. But I think one of the things, as I look back, almost 10 years ago now, the one thing that I wish I had done sooner was to find a coach, to find a professional in the industry that could have guided me a little bit easier on a smoother path, if you will. Yeah, I figured a lot of things out on my own. I had support from colleagues and business partners, but what I've experienced working with you, Coach Vanda, so far has been invaluable. I wish I had it years ago. I don't know where I'd be right now, but I I get excited when I think about that. But a coach really makes all the difference.
I appreciate it. Well, we condense years and years of knowledge and wisdom and strategies for you very, very quickly. So I appreciate the love and the gratitude. So, Stephen, by the way, tell the beautiful audience here, our tribe, because you mentioned the power of learning, of coaching, of understanding the process and make things easier. Where were you before we met in production? In like units, GCI, and where are you right now? Because actually, I'm so excited to share with them because you're in a huge momentum. You had a big quantum leap. So tell us about where we were and where you are right now to inspire some of these amazing people here.
Sure, of course. So my numbers, my production were down was down significantly when we started working together. I don't know the exact number, but I know that it is probably more than tripled since we started working together. When I found your name and your program, I was just coming out of, the 2023 kind of really low market. And here in San Francisco, I'm not sure about, where the rest of the markets, but here in San Francisco specifically, activity just really came to like a screeching halt. I mean, there were days when we didn't have listings coming on the market at all. This was also when the MLS was hacked. So it was just a really, really rough period. There was a lot going on. And I was feeling so defeated and just beaten up by the industry that, I was really asking myself, okay, do I want to keep doing this? And that wasn't me. I was in such a weird place, dark place,
Yes.
that I was thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? I've got to find something else that I'm not going to love as much. But
So that was 2023.
correct. Yeah.
And so you're in a dark place, feeling really lost and defeated. Okay, keep going.
And so as I moved, things kind of shifted a little bit, and I was still trying to figure out how I can bounce back and get to the level that I knew I was supposed to be at. I started exploring coaching options, and that's how I found you. And right from the start, I think I I immediately saw the value, of course, but it was in one of our first calls or second calls that I had been working with this client and had been struggling for a little bit, trying to get them to understand where the market was and how what stage we were in recovery and where pricing was and all of that. And I was had a specific situation that I came to the call with and said, I'm really struggling with this. How do I change the narrative on this? And you and Coach Yvonne helped me on the call with our the other people in the group and just talk through that, and really it reframed everything for me. And I went back to this client the next day and said exactly what we talked about, and in a much more uplifted, positive way, because I was re-energized essentially. And later that night, we ended up getting an offer accepted for just under 5 million, and everything that we talked about was so worth it. I'll never forget that. It was amazing to have something happen in such a quick turnaround.
Yes, actually, I believe it was your first call after sign up with the VIP group coaching, because I said, bring all your questions. We had a nice conversation, and I say, now I appreciate that you see you are coachable, you are taking the action. Stephen, can you just guesstimate at the time how much income in terms of GCI that 2023, 2022 you're earning? You can
Yeah,
guess.
I would. Yeah, right around that point, I think I was about 250, 260,000.
So guys, again, we're saying this to you guys. Just first of all, he brought it up, and I want you to see possibilities. I want you to see abundance, and that's one of the things that we immediately elevated Stephen mindset so he could see possibility abundance in one of the most beautiful places in the whole world, the U.S. in California, and so he was stuck. He was stuck. He got into the mojo. He actually got out of the mojo, and he was in you're buying, if I'm not mistaken, buying to all the craziness of the market at the time, and your production went down and down. So he was doing a little bit over $200,000, and in San Francisco, in California, actually, it's not a lot of money to live. So I remember you signed up with the VIP, and I said, you are so smart. You have so much on for you, and you have this amazing database. And he said, yeah, I have old leads. I have not even talked to them. I remember, see, I have a good memory, right? I remember very well. I said, we're going to ignite those leads. We're going to go back and approach them again with more skills, more grace, more elegance. So we give you the strategy, and I think this is why you felt so energized, because now you knew exactly what to do and how to do it, and bam, it became a $5 million sale. Now, where are you right now? Just give them a contact. So you actually stay with us for a while, and what are you right now in production in terms of GCI, and what are you looking forward to the end of the year, my friend?
So right now I'm at $500,000 as of today. Um, the next half of the year, which is what you've helped me sit down and really figure out. That's why I know these numbers now. They were always a ballpark in my head before, but now it's really important to know the specifics. The second half of this year, I'm targeting about $650,000 in additional to where I'm at right now.
Yeah, so wonderful. Congratulations, guys. This is amazing. Again, he's sharing here. He took the time here for his busy, busy schedule in the Bay Area to share here his wisdom and show you the possibilities. So from 200,000, you came to us VIP or group coaching, and then you just sign up for one-on-one because you want to build the team and have more life, not only the money. You on track to do at least 12 $1.2 million in gross commission in 2025. Am I correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah, and I know we did our numbers, and that's the beautiful thing that he realized too. It's not only to be an amazing agent, growing, having breakthroughs, but also running a business as a business. So, are you tracking your numbers now, Stephen?
Every single day. Yes, I am.
I love it. What else changed? Tell us about your structure. Your Because again, people want to say, agents want to know, what have you been doing different? What Coach V is teaching you, Coach Yvonne, and what have you upgraded in terms of mindset, routines? So share with us what changed that you just like from 200 something. Now you're gonna do at least 1.2, $1.3 million in gross commission in less than 1 year.
I think the biggest thing that's changed is uh, one, it's my mindset shift, but two, it's before I had this doubt in the back of my mind of, oh, can I do this? Even though I knew I could because I've done it in the past and I can do it over, but that dark kind of voice would sometimes take over, especially in a situation where there was a question. But working with you and in coaching, that kind of went away because now I have somebody to ask those questions to, and I don't have to ruminate on, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? Just that support alone and being able to run a scenario before it actually happens with a client or in a situation, it's worth so much. And I think the a couple of the other things that changed were one, I know my numbers, of course, and that's motivating in itself when I pay attention to that every single day. I wake up, I have my coffee, I look at those numbers, and it's exciting and it's invigorating to see that go up as you close each deal, and to see that I'm literally like right on target, right where I'm supposed to be based on what I said at the beginning of this year, and then based on our call 2 weeks ago for the second half of the year. It's not just a number in my head or a goal, a dream, if you will. It's a goal and it's right there, and I follow it, and that was a huge shift for me. So it made all the difference. I think also my structure as far as my morning routines, those are more the pieces that are on my calendar are now non-negotiable, where before I would shift stuff around and move things to accommodate clients and in all this random stuff. Now I have my daily money making routine, if you will.
I love it. I love it. So guys, so what I heard you say, Stephen, so everyone who is listening here, now he not only elevated, upgraded his mindset to see possibilities, to believe in himself, he has the strategies of a businessman, right? You're tracking your numbers, you have a morning routine, you're non-negotiable. Tell us about your money time that we teach you guys, and you're doing it, and like you said, you're not postponing that anymore. You're not giving that power away, your future, your peace of mind away. You are doing some of your money time, your money activities in the morning where you build the revenue. Share with us a little bit of your morning routine. How are you doing this to create the strength and that more focus so you can triple, quadruple your income, my friend?
Yeah. So one of the really big things that works for me is just scheduling and blocking out the time in order to do it and putting it on the calendar so that I know, no matter what I'm facing in my emails or, text messages when I wake up in the morning, that I have this time blocked and I'm going to be reaching out to these past clients and to my database, and I'm making contact with them, and it's worked so much. And I was very resistant to it at first. It was uncomfortable because I hadn't reached out to some of these clients in a very long time, and I felt kind of a little bit foolish doing it. But we talked through that and got to the point where now it's like it's just easy. I just flow into it, and I actually look forward to it now.
I
That's
love
a
it.
really big shift for me.
Yes, well, so now you have a specific time blocked, no negotiable, where you do a lead generation follow-up, right? By the way, you guys, if you're new with us, what we call money time, right? Your making machine is when you do your beautiful lead generation lead follow-up. You have the opportunity to talk to people. So now you see that as more as a service than selling. Am I correct to say that?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, so you have mindset shift. So you improve your structure and really master your morning routine. So now, if you told me already, if you could have done something different, you would have a coach or someone to show you the easy way, the fast way, the best way to save time and energy. Now, with everything that's going on right now in the market, right, the economy, the changes. So what can you tell our beautiful audience here? Some of the things you're working on right now to stay more solid and keep working ahead. Something that they can use immediately, being new or veteran. Anything in particular?
Yeah, I think really, staying focused on what your goal is, what your personal goal is, and working with a coach to get there, and not listening to the noise that's going on. Yeah, there's always going to be something happening in the world and in our market and the economy, but learning more to focus on the positives and the things that I can control in my business was a big shift for me, and it's made my life so much happier, and so much more successful in multiple ways.
I love it. I love it. So how to get focused, right? To stay consistent, looking at your goals, so you have your destination. I love that. Now, do you think, and I want to everybody, because some people are gonna say, well, but I am in Texas, in the suburbs of Texas. Well, I'm in the suburbs of Florida. I'm not selling the $2, $3 million home like he's selling in San Francisco. Do you believe what you're doing and how you're doing? It works for everyone in this market?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I think if you're ready to make a change and to grow to the next level, this coaching is exactly what's going to take you there, and it can work in no matter what market you're in. I truly believe that.
Okay, appreciate that. So you have structure. You work in your mindset. So do you read books? Do you watch videos? I mean, I know you have, and I appreciate so much you mentioned. By the way, guys, this is not pre-recorded, and this is how here we record this live. And I didn't ask him to say anything, but he says because he's happy, that is exciting. Excited because it worked for him. So that's why he's sharing you with you guys here. I just want you to no, and we do this a wonderful interview with the stars so we can get to know more amazing people like Stephen and get his energy, get his wisdom. It's because we want you to believe that's possible for you, right? Right, Stephen? Even if you are in the suburbs of Texas or Florida or Ohio, Pennsylvania, it's possible because it's having a plan and follow the plan. Am I correct, Stephen?
Absolutely, absolutely, and there's accountability there because, when we meet, a couple times a week on these calls, I have a goal or a plan from one call to the next, and I I wanna do it for me and for my business and for my clients, but 2, I wanna do it for the group, for coaching because it's like it's so rewarding to talk about it on Tuesday and then have a conversation about what the success was between then and Thursday. It makes so much difference.
I love it. I love it. So true. Now, all of you guys, also, no one does 100% of what your coach is telling you. So we give you guys so much. So what important thing is to take the steps and some of the actions and being coachable and believe in it because that's what you're doing. So right now, you are part of a team. Right, you're in a great team that's selling a lot of homes, successful at Compass, and you have big goals. So, what is new for you? What are you going to do next to keep growing and still learning more and have the life that you want? Tell us about what your next step, in real estate, also in life. Let's see what you're up to.
Yeah, it's, right now, I'm really focused on the consistency piece and one, remaining consistent with myself, but two, especially after the last couple of years where, the market was up and down with interest rates, um, remaining consistent in the amount of business that I'm doing every month, and breaking it down and looking at those numbers on a smaller scale versus a year goal. On top of that, the focus is growing the team and expanding, bringing on an assistant, another assistant. All of those pieces are coming together. And thank you to you, they're coming together much quicker than I had thought. I thought in my head it was down the road a little bit, but you've given me advice and knowledge that I didn't have before on some just the proper steps to take or different ways to look at it rather than it being so challenging. And it's made the process a lot easier.
I appreciate that. By the way, you're doing the hard work. We'll give you the strategies, the framework, and the patterns and the tools, but you are doing the work, so it's fantastic. Now, Stephen, I was curious, and I want you to share this with everyone that's listening here, because if I'm not mistaken, but I know, but I want to hear from you. Your average price right now is about 2.8 million, $3 million in
Correct.
San Francisco, but you did sell much a lower price range. You did sell first time home buyers. Now, share this here with anyone who's thinking, oh, I only can do first time buyers, or I can only do the interest price range because the millionaires, the two, three, five, $7 million home, they're so different. Are they different, Stephen?
Yes and no. And the thing, I just closed a $780,000 condo yesterday for a client that has bought and sold before. And, I approach nothing's a 7 million to a 3 million or 5 million is not much different because I approach everything from an educational point of view. And I want to educate the clients to make the best decision that they can and make the best investment that they can. And so, yeah, I love working with first time buyers. It's one of the things I get most excited about. But I also do the same thing with clients that have bought and sold before. So you can do it in all scenarios. It doesn't matter the price range.
So I understand. So what he was saying is yes and no. Some it depends actually on the person, because the 700,000, the $800,000 condo, and the $7 million seller or the $7 million buyer, isn't it true that at the end of the day they want the same thing?
Yes.
You gave me the best result, right? Isn't it true?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Because you sold them all. It's because some people might say, well, I sell $600,000 home in Minnesota. I never sold a $6 million home, and I don't know if I can do that. And that's what one of the things we work with you guys is breaking those paradigms. Is breaking that ceiling that you place yourself, because we know, and I like you, I sold $375,000 home, $5 million home. So I know that at the end of the day, people want the best result, the best experience, and can you save me money? Can you save time? Can you save me energy and do and protect me? Isn't it true, Stephen?
It is, and I think what really works for me, my mindset is I don't think about what price range they're in or what they're pre-approved for, or whether it's 700,000 or 7 million, like you said. I come from a place of wanting to one, service them, like coming from a place of service and education, and that's what always works, no matter what price range.
I love it, because then you're genuine, you're authentic. Guys, that's the beauty of that. When you change and you switch your mindset from selling to service, from taking to giving and being the educator, that's the key. That's why it makes you so powerful, because, yeah, you are showing up. I am the educator. I am here to help you to get what you want. I'm here to serve. Right? How can I serve you today? I love that. So that's one of the reasons, my darling. I am so grateful to be part of your team as your mentor, as your coach, as your friend, and see you grow and break through. That was one of the reasons I invited you here to share your journey and your energy and your passion, because there's someone right here, right now, listen to you, Stephen, in this beautiful country or Canada or all over our beautiful YouTube here, that might be thinking, oh, I think I really believe now I can do it. I can help anyone in any price range, right? Isn't it beautiful? So tell us here, I know we cover where you come from. I love that. A New Yorker and now in California, kicking ass. Yeah, and by the way, guys, we did his numbers. If he keeps going the way he goes, he can actually even cross the $1.5 million in GCI this year. So you know it. You just keep the consistency, keep building the morning routine and doing the things that even when no one's watching, even when no one's clapping, right? That's the success. So share here with us and everyone here how they can reach you, how they can find you, pick your brain a little bit to ask your question, or maybe, hopefully, give you a referral. So share here how they can find you on Instagram and website.
I'm on Instagram. It's under Stephen J. Bartlett. It's super. It should come up very easy. You can also find me on the Compass webpage or my webpage, which is stephenjbartlett.com. And I encourage anybody that has questions about, coaching, how it works, especially if you're first time bringing on a coach like I was not too long ago. Reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions. It's really game changing. The whole thing is it's wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate very much. So now, before you go, any last advice or suggestion or power strategy to share with this beautiful audience, my friend?
Yeah, if you have a goal in your heart and you believe in yourself and you have the right support around you, you can achieve any goal that you set and just keep working for that and don't let the market or what's going on in the world at the moment bring you down because that'll change. It's just temporary. So keep working towards your goals.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. Steve Bartlett, ladies and gentlemen, here sharing with you his energy, his journey, his passion, and also his wisdom. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate, I love you. So now, do me a favor. Share this video with your friends, with anyone who is still wondering, can I really grow? Can I really have a beautiful breakthrough like him? Yes, you can. You can, even today in this market. This is here done in June 2025. You can have a quantum leap, a huge amount of growth because everything is possible with the right mindset, the right strategy, structure, and tools and systems. Isn't it true?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I see you next time and make sure to reach out to Stephen and send some love to him as well. And I see you guys next time. I love you. Go do your magic and never forget who you are. Amazing.